Yeah, so welcome back to another session of Out of the Abyss. We are in our 10th session now. I am your dungeon mister, and we are here with all of our wonderful players. If you guys want to say hey.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
Hello.
Bienvenue.
So,
And with that, we're going to start the session off the same way we start every session, with a little bit of a recap of what happened last time before we actually get back into it. So without further ado, let's get this ball rolling. So, last time, after your brief respite at the ledge overlooking the silken paths, you headed out, taking a little detour to find whatever this map you had found would lead to. And coming upon the area, you started to hear, a couple of you heard a voice call out for help in your heads, saying that they were dark and afraid. Unsure of what that was about, you proceeded with caution until you arrived at your temporary destination. Saw the large statuesque hand below the cliff outstretched. It was dotted with large overgrown torch stalks and a single crumbling statue. And on the cliff, you noticed a narrow passageway. Starting to approach it, you encountered a mad beholder creature who shot beams of strange magical light and also seemed to want to devour you. And during this battle, strange magical effects infused with your own, creating some interesting but also devastating effects. Yuck Yuck lost his life from one of these effects. Some of you, determined to find out what this light could be within the tomb, pressed on, leaving your traveling companions behind while you explored, and they took care of Yuck Yuck's, what remained of his body after it got zapped by devastating lightning. But you all delved down past a stone doorway, found yourselves in a dusty tome filled with language written that you couldn't understand, murals of floating cities, diorama of a regal figure surrounded by slaves, even a very outdated calendar by some 400 years or more. Going further down, through a couple of doors, you discovered a room with 4 sarcophagi inside. Starting inspecting one of them, you found one of them was actually on rollers, revealing a possibly something below it, but as you were starting to roll it, you awoke several ghostly figures that birthed forth and attacked you. Dealing with these ghosts weren't the easiest, as most of your weapons and spells did little to harm them. But you were eventually victorious, and taking a moment, didn't want to disturb anything else up here too much, pushed back the one on rollers, seeing a passage below to another tome. One more grand, with a single large gold-gilded sarcophagus. Starting to creep down, another ghostly figure emerged. This one more powerful, more terrible than the group you had met previously. And it also spoke. With some quick thinking, though, more odd magical effects due to the Pharazes within, the battle was bearable, but damaging. Along with a stray voice that came calling out, claiming they could help you from within the coffin. Malachar pulled out a handle of a sword from the coffin, revealing a bright, burning blade amongst the bones that slew this wraith. And licking your wounds. Still not seeing Casmus, but thinking maybe he's alive. That is where we're going to pick up. You guys are in that space still down there at the bottom of this tome. I'll bring you guys back to that map if you want. And yeah, you guys are down at the bottom of the map there. No sign of Casmus. Malachar holding this burning, essentially, lightsaber. And you would get kind of a pleased feeling while you're holding it, Malachar. And that's where we're going to pick up. What are you guys doing?
I think we did still see him. I think before we ended, we were still in an initiative, and we took turns, and I searched and found him, and by just feeling around for him.
And Dusk did do a medicine check, so you kind of you feel his body, and you feel like it's,
we just still can't.
Dusk did
We
feel
do
a
know where he
heartbeat
is. We just
and
can't
breath.
see him as well.
Correct.
Okay.
Now that we have a second, and so, pardon me, are Dusk and Malachar attending to Casmus?
They are attending to something invisible next to them. You're unsure, but you don't see Casmus, so maybe you did see him kind of pop out of existence. It looked like.
Okay. I guess I'll. Well, I mean, did you announce that you'd found him?
I think I didn't audibly announce, but the others kind of saw me searching, and that's how they found that he was there too.
Okay. Is there anything on... I mean, now that we have a second to breathe, is there anything on the walls of this room, or is it just...
Looks like
The-
gold paintings of mostly symbols, like you would see symbols of the sun outstretched in old gold paint that is deteriorated from time, but still there. And very similar kind of murals as you saw in the first room of floating cities.
Okay. Okay. So what are we doing with the invisible thing in the room?
I don't know. What are you guys doing?
Do we want to stay down here, or I could throw this invisible sack of meat over my shoulders and climb up the rope?
Well, if we have a
Carry him
second
out.
for... If we have a second for a breather, let's take one now, because I kind of want to look around this room and look in the casket a little bit while we're still down here. But I want to make sure that that whatever we found is hopefully Casmus and going to be okay. I don't know if we should really move him up a rope until we do that.
This sounds really bad, but Dusk will kind of find the thing's head and just methodically try to inspect its features to see if it at least approximates him.
Yeah,
If we're sure it is him, I can
I would say so.
use my lay on hands to get him up at least.
Oh, here, before we spend that, I still have two good mushrooms, and if I could just find his mouth, I can at least give him one to get him his one hit point.
Yeah.
Oh, if there's a medicine check, that's all Malachar.
It is. I would say it wouldn't be a medicine check. It'd be a
Strength check is even better.
no. 'Cause I feel like
I'll
at this
ram it
point,
down in there.
Dusk has kind of felt over his body and kind of felt his features. I would say with his guidance, you could easily feed him a good berry.
I'll tell you where to put it, and then I'll go on his mouth and make him chew it.
Yeah.
So we definitely do that, and I definitely give him a mushroom to give him one more HP.
Okay.
As Casmus, you do, as I draw an X on your token for some reason,
Impaled him, he choked.
You
Wrong mushroom.
Chokes
Wrong
out.
mushroom.
you do awaken with 1 hit point.
Just looked around. And why y'all around me?
You guys don't hear a word.
But he did
Silence
get
on
up.
top of being.
Yeah, you would feel him sit up.
Okay. I'll announce that he has sat up.
But we still can't see him, right?
Nope.
Or hear
Can't see
him.
him, can't hear
Or
him.
hear him. That's great.
Okay.
Friend,
I will grab his hand and say, if you can hear me, squeeze my paw.
Can I hear them?
You can hear them, yeah.
He would squeeze the paw.
He hears us, but I somehow unable to respond.
Have him squeeze you something only Casmus would know.
Have him squeeze you 10 words.
In a row.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we know each other that well to us.
Right.
Like that.
What are you talking about? You guys just met like an hour ago.
Yeah, exactly.
No, you're good.
If you can stand, go pinch the nose of the one called Weller.
He
Well,
would, he
we're
wouldn't
just
go.
raising his
He would
eyebrows
stand
and wait.
up. He would stand up, and he wouldn't go and pinch Weller's nose, but he would put a shoulder on Weller's nose. On Weller's shoulder.
Put a shoulder on his nose. Shoulder check check him in the face.
Put a hand on Weller's shoulder.
Weller, you would feel a hand on your shoulder.
Well,
Just run your
He's not
fingers through his
squeezing.
mustache.
he's not squeezing my nose as you instructed, but he is over here now.
I am allowed to have no fun here, apparently.
No, you just allowed nose fund. That's all it is.
A moment or two passes, and Casmus becomes visible once again.
We were gonna have such fun with that.
Yeah. So I'm not sure what happened, but you guys couldn't hear me or see me?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I said I'm not sure what happened, but were you guys not able to hear me or see me?
Do any of you
Huh?
hear anything?
What?
It's weird. I see him right beside me, and I see his lips moving, but I can't hear anything.
Give him the Cartman treatment. Finally, I break character and I'll put my hand on his shoulder.
We hear you. We are trying this new thing called a sense of humor.
Yeah, I would.
oh, good. I was getting very confused.
Yeah. I don't know. Let's just say I'm not really in a mood for humor at this point. Feel like shit.
Jim and I rolled for humor, and we failed. We failed our check.
So do we know what happened? Is the lich gone?
The magic. Well, I don't know what you're referring to. What happened? But you would see Malakar wielding this almost like blade of sunlight.
Yes, the foe that we were fighting has been slain for the time being. If that's what you're referring to. As far as what happened to you, you might be a better judge than us.
Your guess is as good as mine. All the magic I've casted did some weird stuff. Just like earlier, we unintentionally killed Yuck with magic. So yeah, your guess is as good as mine for that one too.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that. Perhaps now's the time to revisit it. Was it unintentional? You didn't.
You
like having
really
anything against the guy,
think
right?
I would have killed our guide?
Well, I just wanted to make sure. I like to know who I'm partied with.
I mean, I've killed a fair share of people in my time, but I would have not killed the guy that would have gotten us to Sloopy Doop. Would have been stupid. There's only one I would have willingly killed, and I think we all know who that is.
Weller.
We all say different names.
Anyways, should we go back up? Is there anything else around here?
I want to take a look in the room. I mean, it's a burial chamber for sure that had a pretty sweet sword in it. I want to at least look at the walls, look at the floors, look at the casket, see if there's make sure that we've covered all bases before we take off.
Sure, give me an investigation check. You start kind of looking around the room, seeing if there's anything different in here. All right, with a 16, yeah, those murals and stuff around, you would see kind of at the base of what's over top of the sarcophagus, that kind of sunburst similar to what's on the floor, but in that gold kind of filigree. Looks like it's emanating from at least the artwork is depicting what looks to be a golden chest. And with that investigation, the gold sheath covering the sarcophagus itself could probably be pried loose. It's solid gold. Like, it's probably worth like around 250 gold.
Well, we should certainly take that. I mean, didn't Fungi, do you have a bag that we can put some of this in? Didn't you get something from that?
I've got a satchel right here.
Okay.
I don't mind
Um,
helping carrying things. I don't have any special bags.
It's
My
definitely
own
like
regular knapsack.
6.5 feet long.
Yeah.
So you'd probably have to like
I
strap
mean,
it to your back. He does not have a bag.
Is it
No, Dark
Is-
is the bag holder.
is it leaf though? Could we roll it?
It's probably too thick to roll. You might be able to bend it.
I mean,
Like you could.
gold's
you could,
fairly malleable.
Gold is pretty malleable, so you could probably bend it pretty easily. I don't know about rolling per se, but maybe. I don't know. Depends on who's doing the rolling. It would take some strength for sure.
Okay. So, I guess I'll thumbnail the top and mention that this is most certainly gold, and I don't know if it's gonna be any good to us, but it could pay off spider bite or bait, and at least get Topsy and Yuck a decent burial or something, or whatever. So does anybody want to help me get scrape some of this gold off?
Yeah,
Well, I'll certainly assist. I'll help you, friend.
So it will be an athletics check to if you're trying to make it sizable to carry.
Would that be from all of us?
I would say if you want, you can all attempt. I mean, it is like a 1 or 2 person job, but
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 of us that if we each take a rough fifth, we can score it with our daggers and bend it back and forth until it breaks. And
Would
then
Weller be any better at doing this if he's got the smith tools knowledge?
100%.
100%. And yeah, absolutely.
Weller doesn't want to help. I'm just joking when he does. Yes, I will absolutely use my Smith Tools knowledge to assist.
So, Weller, give me an athletics with advantage then.
Yes, sir.
All right, with a 23. Yeah, it takes you a couple of minutes, but you do kind of score it like Rincewind said, and bend it in the right places. So it is still one piece. It does, however, weigh 20 pounds.
Each?
No,
Piece?
just 20 pounds total. So we did keep it in one piece,
Oh, okay.
but it does weigh 20 pounds. And so as to not kind of mar any of the designs on it, it can be relayed back out in all its glory. And whoever's carrying a 20-pound gold leaf thing, you can strap it to your backpack pretty easily, if you have a backpack, or strap it to your back.
You got rope, so yeah, I can shove it to her back.
What is the carrying capacity calculations again?
Yeah, I was just about to ask that.
It's your strength score, so the bigger number, times 1.5. Or times 0.75. Because I didn't do the full very,
So
very
if you're at 10, you got 75 pounds.
Right.
And every point after that is another 7.5 pounds.
That's an easy way to think about it. So who is carrying this 20-pound hunk of gold? Gold's pretty heavy.
It does put me over.
20 pounds, I probably could.
I'll be
No one else can
just
carry it.
underweight, so I could carry it.
Probably get rid of your old longsword.
Yeah.
I mean, I've only got about 20 pounds, so I probably can't carry it.
I'm also carrying a short sword that I don't need to be carrying.
I mean, you could always sell those when you get to a town, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
If you
it's a
want, I
bigger
could-
number times 0.75?
Mm-hmm.
7.5.
7.5. Okay.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yep.
That's why I was like, I've been over encumbered since the beginning, and my sheet has not told me.
Nah, your sheet will tell you. I have them all
Yeah.
set up to where they'll tell you.
But yeah,
Okay.
I can
Perfect.
carry it without being over encumbered.
So could I if needed.
I would say while all this is going on, while you guys are figuring out who's going to carry that, Malachar, that voice would come back to your head. Thank you so much. I'd been in the dark for as long as I can remember. Breesis was, well, better when she was alive. I hope she rests now.
Yeah. To be honest, she wasn't much to be around this time.
Thank you for helping me put her to rest. And hopefully we can bring light to those around.
Hopefully. And what is your name again?
Dawn. My name is Dawn.
Dawn. Okay. So a talking sword then, huh?
No, I can't. Well, I could. It's easier to talk in your head. Yes,
Is Balakar having this conversation one-sided out loud?
Is he? That is a good question.
Yeah, he would be. Yes.
Catherine would definitely turn and is like, who the hell are you talking to over there?
I'm talking to the sword.
Dawn. My name's Dawn.
Oh, I'm talking to Dawn.
That a sword. Have you lost your mind already?
It's talking. I can hear it talking to me. Can you guys not hear it?
Okay, you've definitely lost your mind. A talking sword? Okay.
I mean, it tracks. It could have been the voice we were all hearing on the way down.
Dawn, can everyone hear you or just me?
It takes a lot out of me to, and you'll see the sword kind of flicker for a moment, and you would all hear in your heads, my name is Dawn. I'll help light the way.
Dawn.
And the sword kind of goes out for a second before it reignites. That was a lot.
So, do you need rest in between using powers and igniting and whatnot?
Speaking to others, especially through great distances, causes a lot of energy use. But no, I'd much prefer to be lit in a blaze, so all can have the light on them.
Okay, good to know.
But should you not need me, you can safely put me away.
Feel like the only reason to really be putting you away is if we're trying to sneak around. It's kind of hard to sneak around with a
I don't like
very
sneaking
bright
around.
sword.
It's not the best to sneak around. I say do what you do in the light of the sun. Don't hide your intentions.
Sometimes we have to.
And kind of like a kind of a defeated voice. If you must. And the rest of you guys have wrapped up the gold sheath on top, and someone has tucked it away.
I think
Sounds like
Malachar
it.
said he was going to carry it.
Malachar, as you're finishing this conversation, they hand you a rolled up gold sheath.
And I'll ask them to help me strap it to my back, of course.
Oblige.
And what are you guys up to?
So, revisiting the conversation from earlier, do we go ahead and take a breather down here?
Won't our friends outside be worried about us?
Yeah, I would think that maybe we at least push out of here. If something were to come along, this area is accessible by the rope. They could very easily trap us in here. And I don't particularly think we could all fit inside that sarcophagus for eternity.
I'd rather not.
No.
I mean, I call Big Spoon.
So back up the rope we go.
Back up the rope
That's
and
it,
back
that's-
out of the cave, the whatever cave system we're in.
All right. Heading back up through the area.
I do think we should maybe reconverge with our friends, but this area seems to be good to take a rest in.
Yeah.
My only concern would be the door leading in here, but I was thinking perhaps if we propped it open with the immovable rod. I'm just worried of being shut in here.
Which one? Which door?
The very front door. Once we talk with the rest of our compatriots and perhaps bring them in here. That way we have shelter for a rest. One way in, one way out. We can kind of keep an eye on
we can
things.
get the others down here, and I can put the immovable rod to the main door. Yeah.
All right.
Fair enough. So you guys going up to the,
I mean, one of us, I guess.
or are you
You
all?
still go up there?
It's up to you.
Are we all going up there, or just one of us go and gets all of them?
We got separated somehow. Sorry.
Well, considering
Thank
we
you.
don't know what the lay of the land is out there. We've been down here for how long? Maybe an hour.
Maybe like, yeah, 30 minutes to an hour, something like that.
Let's all go
Yeah, I feel
and
like
check on them, see what the situation
one
is.
single person going is a good idea.
Yeah, it didn't work last time with Jim Jar.
I think that we should probably take a rest as soon as we can, though. I mean, we
Okay.
have only been down here for an hour, so I don't think they're gonna get too restless.
And we could see where they were at from the door, right?
It's kind of a little bit of a winding cave, but you can get there within like, as you're kind of making your way up, it's like a minute down the hallway.
Let's maybe go retreat back to the main chamber where we first came in. Two of us go. Collect the others, or at least check and see what the situation is. Bring them back.
Easy enough. So who's going to go get the remaining crew?
I will go.
I'll go.
He's got the most health left, just in case
Alright.
something bad's up.
They both of them do have the most health left. As you all kind of wait for Rincewind and Dusk to come back, is there anything you'd like to do? Or
Before Rincewind leaves, I would tell him, "Hey, don't pull a Jim Jar."
All to my certain death.
No, the time before that.
Okay. All right. I'll be right back.
As Dusk and Rincewind leave, it's literally just like a quick walk down a hallway that you had been down before, that small, narrow cavern that quickly emerges into the cliffside where those larger torch stalks are. You would see Bupido and Shushar, as well as good old Spiderbait, kind of looking around over the ledge. And you would just kind of overhear Bupido, "Yes, and that's why it will all work out." And hear a couple of groans come from the other in company.
Okay. All right.
An eye from Spiderbait would look over towards you, somewhat excited.
All right.
All right,
So here it
What'd
is.
you find? Is it interesting and cool?
Yeah. We've taken some knocks. It's interesting is certainly one way to put it.
No. Yuck took some knocks. We pushed him
That
over,
is
though. He fell
definitely
pretty
another
far.
way to put it. Okay. Okay. So we have found a chamber that we were doing some exploring in. We figure we've come to a dead end in one area, but there's still another area at least that we can take a look at. We're gonna hole up in the main chamber over there and get some rest, and then continue to explore. You're more than welcome to come to the main chamber and hole up there with us.
Bupido kind of looks a little excited. "Oh, yes, the main chamber sounds exquisite." And Spiderbait, "Oh, well, if we rest, you're gonna have to pay me for another day." I hope that's
We're good
okay.
for it.
Okay. As they kind of gather themselves, Shushar just kind of looks over the ledge, kind of sniffing the air. "I think we are close to the lake." Closer. Yeah, that's what I told him. We're about a day, maybe less to where, well, the edge of the pits. I'm kind of saying this as you're walking back. And
On our
sure,
way back, I would like to look for a large loose stone.
I'd say it's easy enough to do.
Okay, I will pick it.
You have one large loose stone. As, they would arrive in the chamber. Bupido, Spiderbait, and Shushar behind. You would see Turvey kind of lagging behind. Looks like he's looking intently at Stool. But they arrive. Spiderbait kind of just like looking around in awe. Oh, neat pictures. Bupido just kind of furrows his brow. Well, what did you find?
Gasmus would ignore him and turn to the group. Should I lock that door or the door downstairs? Which one do you think would be better?
You're locking a door?
I would partially block. How long is the movable rod?
Oh, as
Like,
long
how
as you press the button
activated.
again.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm looking for just to basically prop this door open. I don't want it to be on a timer or anything like that, or someone come along and be able to close us in here. So I'm so much worried about the door. Any doors within here, I'm worried about the front door, just making sure that that's kind of propped
Oh,
in.
you're keeping the door open. I gotcha.
Correct.
Man, the Underdark is
well.
a hell of a place to have claustrophobia.
I mean, any cavern is. I mean, okay. So Gasmus would go and arrange the immovable rod in a way to keep the door open and press the button on the rod.
The rod just kind of hovers there next to the door.
All right. The rod is set.
Fun guy.
Yes, buddy.
Would you mind using your fire to heat up this stone as hot as you can make it?
Rock? Sure. We're not muting him. Then I'll open up my hand and have my little fireball right there and just hold it underneath the stone so warms it up.
Once it is of sufficient heat, Dusk will want to sear the spider meat on each side and cook it.
All right. Go and give me cook's utensils. We'll say with wisdom. All right, with the 13. It's better than eating it raw, that's for sure. You've already kind of made sure you're not getting any of the nasty bits in this meat. It's cooked sufficiently. It's missing some seasoning, but that's what you got down here. Are you guys intending to take a short rest or a long rest?
How long has it been since our last long rest?
I like 4 hours.
I think a short rest is okay.
Short rest is fine.
Yeah.
If you consume some of this seared spider meat, you get to add a +1 to any hit die you roll for a short rest.
I'm down. I'll
What
grab one of those legs.
There were
happens
7.
to our reduced max hit points?
They
With,
will not be restored with a short rest.
Right.
All right. Gasmus would definitely take a piece of the
said
Spider
there's
leg.
7.
Mm-hmm.
So who is not getting one?
Well, I'm not taking anything because I don't eat.
There's 8 of you
All
guys
right.
that need to eat.
I mean, look, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I don't think us feeding spider bait was part of the agreement. We're already paying the guy.
You see he's probably just eating some, like, raw spider meat from yesterday. He's fine.
I mean,
Right.
I was gonna say Boopy though, because that's okay.
Because you don't like him.
Yeah, we don't like him. We almost fucking killed us one time.
Wait till he almost fucking kills you. For real.
So does that
Again?
give us
No.
enough?
For real?
The spider bait will happily just eat his leftover mushy bits. He's got a goblin stomach. He's fine. He doesn't need it to be cooked.
Alright.
And yeah, you can all. Tell you what. Weller, roll me a d6.
Roger that. Rolled.
Thank you. Interesting. It says
Hey,
it says 3 on the dice.
Right?
Yeah, the dice, but it says
But it
one
shows
there.
1 in
That's
the chat.
crazy.
You got to go with the higher roll, right? Even though it shows
No.
1 on my screen.
No. But your guys' short rest goes by uneventfully. You can roll hit dice for those of you that can. And anything else that happens on a short rest. Is there anything you'd like to do during this hour other than snacking on some cooked spider meat?
5. You said we're getting +1 to
You get +1
to
To
all
any
to
hit
the
die
rest.
roll.
to your roll.
Why?
So if you roll a 5, you get 6. If you roll for each roll, 2.
Yeah.
It cannot exceed your maximum though.
I don't know why mine was set to GM, but
That's fair. I saw your 14.
okay.
And another 9.
Bupido will once again ask, so what did you find down here? Guys were gone for a little bit. Surely you found something interesting.
You want to show him or?
Really just
I mean, I'm
looks at
still
everyone.
just holding this.
You're still holding it the
You know,
entire
Oh,
time.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've been holding it the entire time. Yeah.
Then he will
Okay.
not ask it. Instead, he'll just be glaring at it.
Like spitefully or just
Intrigued.
or
Like you would see his brow kind of furrow as he's like looking it over from afar. Oh, I see. That's awful.
I would like to ask Dawn if she knows of anything else that's in this tomb worth searching for.
Oh, I wasn't here when it was made. I was just buried with Bresis when she died.
why?
But
Or she's oh sorry. Never mind. I can't hear it. Never mind.
I'm pretty sure
How-
are the people not around anymore? The attendants?
There is no one here.
Oh.
We have fought some other spirits while we were here, but no other living being is here
I felt
that we've found.
I felt a weird presence in here that I've never felt. Has something happened to the city?
What city?
You're gonna make me came.
Yep.
What was that?
Came?
Came? Where is this city?
Well, it moves. It could be anywhere. Where is it?
I'm not sure.
Last I saw it was over the Sword Mountains.
Where are the Sword Mountains at?
Well, it's a mountain range on the Sword Coast.
I'm assuming that's not in the Underdark.
Oh, heavens no! Why would it be?
Because that's where we're at now.
Well, that is the exact opposite. No, came one of the glorious. You see the murals on the walls, yes? Glorious floating cities of Netherese.
Those may be depicted in the paintings, but that is not where we're at.
Oh no. What happened?
I am not sure. That's hoping what we would kind of figure out while we were down here, see what we could find.
Oh. Well, the Underdark is no place for me. I can't be in the sunlight. I'm it.
There is no sunlight here.
Oh. And you would just feel like this trembling come from the sword as you say that.
We're attempting to find a way out of the Underdark, but
Oh, yes. Yes, take me with you. Obviously.
now, do you know why? You said her name was Reese.
That was her name, yes.
Do you know
Reese of
why she
Cain.
would? Do you know why she was buried here?
Well, this was her tomb.
But why would her tomb be in the Underdark and not in the city?
I would assume something went wrong with the mythal.
Went wrong with the what?
The mythal, the energies, the magical source of power for all of the floating cities of the Netherese. Give me a history check there, Malakar.
Okay. Nope, that's not supposed to be an advantage, but
Yeah, with the 2. Bunch of words that she's saying. Unsure what they mean.
And it's an 11 on my screen. I see what you're talking about.
Mhm.
Yeah, the roll.
I'm not sure of this mythal or these cities you speak of, but what do you know how she was killed?
Oh, in battle, valiantly.
Is
How
he still
long ago?
speaking out loud to it?
Yes,
yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, absolutely, I am.
Can I try to piece something together?
You heard mythal. Did you say Netherese?
I did not say Netherese.
All right.
You say the city name?
He did. I don't know if he said the city. He just said he didn't know of the cities. I would say, yeah, you can give me a history check there, or Arcana check if you want.
'Cause I know I said came and
I was going to
all
say,
that,
not
but-
to mitigate, but just because he wasn't here that
Good
session,
grief.
the scroll that led us here, that Casimus found that I decoded, did mention the lost tomb of Cain.
Yeah,
So your character would know that.
yeah.
okay.
But
That's just
it's an
grooming himself.
it's an obscure name. It's a mythal. It's far beyond your comprehension. Well, perhaps we can go see them, if all is well. When we get out of
Go
here, of
see
course.
who? Oh,
The
the
cities.
city?
Yes.
Okay. If we get out of here, yes.
No, we will. I will make it so. If I will help, at least. Oh dear. I'm getting ahead
So
of
can
myself.
can you sense anything else in this tomb that doesn't feel quite right?
Sense? Oh,
You said you felt a presence that was off.
yes, there's this weird magic about, and I don't know why.
Do you know what kind of magic it is?
See if she would know. I'm afraid that's beyond my knowledge. But I do know the Underdark is full of strangeties I am not privy to. I'm sorry for
we've
my
def-
lack of
we've-
knowledge.
We've definitely come across some strange things, that's for sure.
Well, hopefully I can be the light to help guide you. And your companions.
I think you'll make a great fit.
You would feel like a warm presence as you say that.
So what part of the sword are you talking to? Are you talking to like the hilt or the tip or
are you talking to the blade or the...
I'm just kind of looking into the blade.
Fair enough.
is she like my eyes are up here?
Okay. So, we go down. Do we leave someone up here? Okay, so that on sides the door doesn't close on us.
Just gonna all ignore Jim casually smoking a pipe. We're just cool with this. We're just moving on.
Yeah.
I love it, dude. I saw you write it up, and I was like, "Oh yeah."
Ears.
All right. Sorry, Casmus. What are you doing?
So do we leave the rod there and we get someone outside in case it closes? They can open the door back.
Well, I think that's the point of the rod. I mean, the door shouldn't close with the rod there now.
But
so.
there's two other doors down there. What if we go through both doors and one of them closes?
Well,
You're saying
I'm
Sorry, I've got
to explore further?
Man, wasn't that
Doesn't make
the
me jealous.
idea?
There was one door down there. But
There was the door with the
There was
other
one
door.
other door. Yeah, that we
Yeah.
never opened the other door.
I kind of woke.
Wasn't that the idea to go down further? Or
Well,
do we
yeah,
leave
but-
the cave.
I also kind of want to look in the coffins of the 4 specters that popped out. We never looked in those either.
We didn't know.
Yeah. The only thing I'll say about exploring further, and I mean, we could definitely we could check them all out. Is this matches with what was on the scroll, the Lost Tomb of Cain, and a light to guide the way. So I mean, I feel like we have an understanding of what this tomb is about. I don't think we're gonna find tons of other witches or anything like that down here, but I'm down to explore with you guys.
I mean, we're here, so might as
Yeah.
well, I guess.
Just really want to find that mayonnaise.
I mean,
If it could be down there too.
Spiderbait kind of looks up after hearing that. Goes great with spiders.
So that's spicy brown mayo.
Is that the move? We're first moving back to the 4 sarcophagi.
Turvy will say, if you all want, I can stick back and make sure the door doesn't shut on us.
I mean, this one's gonna stay there because of the rod, but the other one, make sure that he doesn't close on us.
I forgot Shushar's there too.
Well, yeah, it would be smart to at least have a look out in this room.
oh yeah, can't
since it's
forget
the main
Shushar.
entrance.
Yep.
And have a look out, yeah.
Boopidol, I can look out too. Or, boy, combining accents. Yes, I can look out too. In Shushar and Spiderbait. Spiderbait. Oh, I want to see the tomb. This looks fun. We never went anywhere whenever Yuck Yuck was around. Just around the webs and to and fro. Never went in anywhere.
All right. Then
I can help.
Stay back, because we need you. If we lose you, we're stuck.
Oh, I'm
Okay.
I'm more nimble than Yuck Yuck was.
Yeah, we saw that as
We
the
saw it,
first
yeah.
time you fell off the spider webs. That was nimble as fuck.
It
So
was.
just
Did you
stay
see
back.
how I fell? It was perfect.
Yeah.
He is also
Uh-huh.
more alive than Yuck Yuck is, so.
Well,
That's true.
Slightly.
Yuck Yuck went down even further than I went.
only from the neck down. So, all right. So just stay back. Stay out of trouble.
Oh,
Try not to touch anything.
I don't touch things unless they're given to me. Usually I ask for
Okay.
them.
Dobby
Alright.
wants a sock.
No, I don't need socks. Gets in the way of the grease.
Makes sense.
All right.
All right, Rincewind, you want to lead the way?
Let's go,
We
friends.
gotta go check out the sarcophaguses.
All right, and I'll
Sure.
move you guys back down to that lower level. As you go down below, you don't really need a map for this part, but I'll bring you down there. As you re-enter that space there.
By the way, my health bar is a little bit more than it lets on, and I don't see dusks at all.
Well, I can change that.
Oh wait, yeah, no, never mind.
Yeah, I see dust now. No, I don't see him.
But yeah,
Oh, there it is.
Twins.
Okay.
Or
it's
guys.
fine. I'll deal with that.
it doesn't matter.
Dusk
Sorry.
is bitter because y'all were all bashing on cats earlier.
Well, I mean,
I still hear that.
Dusk, remember you do have 10 less hit points right now.
No, I don't, because I spent some hit dice.
I thought you had negative hit points.
No,
Oh, okay, that's what you're saying earlier. I got you.
no. Like if you click on him, I can see I have 27 hit points, but for
Right.
some reason, that's showing the weird calculation.
I got you.
But- From my access, from my view, it's correct.
Yeah, you're good. So yeah, what are you guys up to?
Sorry,
There's the doors to the south. You know, there's two of them, and then there's the sarcophagus is one that is kind of slid open at the moment to reveal the path below. That's in the room to your right.
Didn't you want to look at the other three, Rincewind?
yeah. I don't think we opened any of them, so
Yeah, you did not.
We
I
just
wouldn't
moved the
mind
one.
taking a look at any of them. Just because I'm pissed that I took a little bit of damage from those fuckers, frankly.
Fair enough. And you guys did thoroughly inspect the area. Didn't see any traps to your knowledge, or other than the rollers on the one up there.
This is good for him. This is therapeutic.
Yeah. So, I mean,
I've heard of tomb robbing, but have never done it. I'm excited.
well, we just robbed one, essentially. I mean, it was aided and abetted by the loot itself, but
We rescued.
Yeah.
Whatever puts your conscience at ease.
potato,
Potato.
auto.
But is Rincewind popping open the southwestern sarcophagus?
Why not?
All right. As you kind of pry it open, just let me double check. Give me an athletics check.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Heavy stone lid. With a 16, you can kind of get it for like just a second, and it kind of pinches your fingers, and you got to pull them out. It is heavy.
Hmm. Okay.
I will help with the desecration.
All right. So, seeing that happen, Dusk pops
Bless you,
over.
son.
Dusk, give me an athletics check as well.
Never mind, I will not help with the desecration.
You try and like get your claws in there for leverage, and then almost yank. You know, like when you get your fingernail stuck in something, it kind of pulls a little bit. It's heavy as fuck. Like, yeah.
Will the others come help with the desecration?
Lifting it. Yeah, who cares? We'll go help. The fun guy was already in there.
I mean, can we like loop some rope around it and just slide it off?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, instead of lifting, can we just kind of like almost kind of pull?
Or is it
off?
hinged?
Fully desecrated. Sure. It is not hinged. You can kind of slide them off. You can try. So I was gonna say if you're trying like attaching rope and like using like leverage and stuff, I'll let you roll with advantage. So Weller, I'll let you give me one more.
I'll roll it again.
Yeah, it was meant to be.
Why are you guys laughing? You didn't
That-
say
yeah,
anything
it
about
was-
something?
I
was meant
got
to be.
one.
That's
Would I be able to use thaumaturgy to maybe have it like lift itself?
It does not
And-
work with this. It is way too heavy for thaumaturgy.
Okay.
I'd say a simple wooden door on hinges, absolutely. But this is a very heavy sarcophagus.
Definitely
lid.
not gonna try with
That
athletics.
southwest one is just stuck as all get out. Like Rincewind almost had it for a second and just pinched your finger, and it took all of your strength just to do that.
Maybe
Fucking
I'll tell
blood
you.
blisters.
Well, come, shall we try to defile this one?
I mean, we might as well try all of them. They're
Actually,
all
try all
probably
of them at
fairly
this
heavy, but
So are all of you trying to get the southeastern one now?
Fun guy,
Try and
perhaps
help.
you could give us some direction and some of that, expert guidance when we try this one. Could you do that?
Definitely do that. Just wasn't sure if we're doing athletics checks.
Because we obviously need every
It's like,
help
can I
we can get
cast
with-
guidance on myself as well?
You absolutely can. But that would just help give you one d4 in total. So I will
I
say
would assume
with all of you there, you can roll me. One of you guys can roll me an athletics at advantage, plus a d4.
I would assume maybe Malakar.
Malakar and Weller might be even. I can't remember.
I
You
am.
just rolled 2 6s back to back. Isn't gonna roll.
I'll roll
Malakar
it.
had this.
I'm
Okay.
good with athletics, just probably not as strong as you guys.
Malakar, roll me athletics at advantage with guidance.
We're still fail.
The worst tomb robbers in the world.
Yay!
That's a good thing. To
All
be
right,
bad
with
at.
the 19, with all of you kind of assisting in this and lifting it up and kind of just like sliding it off, the sarcophagus reveals, looks like mummified remains, tattered remnants of ancient burial garments, and in this one looks to be a gold censer with platinum filigree.
oh,
It covered in dust, but as you kind of wipe off a little bit, it is radiantly shining, like in the light. Malakar, you would have to put up your sword to do this, but
Right.
yeah, it's expensive. It does weigh 5 pounds though.
Everybody leaving all this stuff in these boxes.
I'll take the sensor.
It is also worth 250 gold.
Oh. Okay, well,
Spider-Man's like, oh, that looks shiny. Can I have a cut? My help. Of the next treasure, maybe? Just kind of like asking loosely in the air. Just, if anyone's listening to him.
No, I think you got his response. I think we all ignored him.
Yep. Moving on
Well,
to...
I mean, I feel like he should have something. I mean, he's obviously standing there watching us loot. They did ask for a cut earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Well, perhaps a
So-
bonus upon our safe arrival at our destination would be
There you
appropriate.
go. There you go.
Yeah.
That's apropos.
Okay, I'll make sure you get there, and then I'll get some gold myself.
Indeed.
And then you can probably retire, maybe. Who knows?
What?
Never mind.
Okay.
Come,
Yes,
I wish
Mr.
to do more desecration.
Jasmine still wanted to explain a 401k to Spiderbait.
Right.
Roth IRA.
Yeah.
And sewer
diversified
ants.
portfolio, you know.
So which sarcophagus are you trying next? Are you guys leaving it up to Malachar?
Yeah, Malachi, whichever one you touch, man, we'll help you.
All right, well, we'll go up to this top one.
Let's pop the tops on all these babies.
So roll me.
You know what they say? Once you pop, fun don't stop.
Guidance.
That's true. Malachar, roll me an athletics at advantage with guidance.
Now, how do I add guidance onto this?
Under your skills, or actually under your tools, you'll see on your character sheet a little checkbox for guidance. Actually, I have to make one. There you go.
Yeah, I don't have one of those.
Yeah.
Under the tools or above the tools?
It'll be a global skill modifier. I didn't add it yet because I didn't realize that two of you guys were going to take guidance, but you do have it now. There you go.
Okay,
Malachar
yeah,
has
there
it.
it is.
Yeah.
Okay, advantage.
You get a guidance, and you get a guidance. Everyone gets a guidance.
It's like the
athletic.
Sneeches.
Mhm. It didn't roll your guidance.
It didn't.
Roll that d4.
Okay.
Because you need it. All right, this one a little bit heavier than the last. You pry it open, slide it off still. The other one on the southeast is also still open, but as you open it up, similar mummified remains, tattered remnants of garments. This one would contain, looks like it has a ring on one of its fingers and a silver necklace set with 2 azurites and a single carnelian.
Would I be able to look if the ring or the amulet has any magical aura or things like that?
Do you have detect magic?
Nope. But I'm proficient in Arcana.
So you won't be able to see auras with Arcana, but you could see if they're like ideally, like if you want to see if something is something, you need to spend time with it. But you can give me an Arcana check to see if they are worthy of magic. Just with a loose glance. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Onyx ring and a silver necklace with some gems in it.
I can hold on to those if you like. I feel like I'm participating.
Say I can't carry much more than what I'm carrying now.
These ones don't weigh anything.
Okay. No one will object. Dusk will take them. By the way, he's
I'll
like
take
carrying
one.
like nothing.
But you successfully looted 2 out of these 4 sarcophagus. Moving on to
Well,
the...
we tried on the third one, right? So one more, baby.
Yep.
All right, go to the rolly one over
Go
here.
to the rolly one.
Everybody watch your toes.
Give me another...
Guidance.
Make sure you have it checked.
It's checked.
Okay.
Because I have it popped out in a separate window, I
Okay,
closed it and
I
reopened
gotcha.
it to see if that would.
Fair enough. I mean, it's easy to roll a d4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
One last attempt on this guy.
Athletics.
Tying the rope and Malakar pushing the rest of you guys pulling.
Yes, sir.
With a 26, yeah, this one slides off so easy. Kind of like, I don't know, maybe the rollers somewhat help. I don't know. But inside of this one, mummified remains. It has 2 gold bracelets on the mummified remains. And looks like a wand made of chiseled ivory. Like a ceremonial type of wand. Has it's kind of like weird doodles in it.
All this fancy stuff.
Are they like bracelets or bracers?
They're bracelets, like just kind of little dangly, all on both on one arm, so they kind of clink together as you kind of lift up the arm. Little, just like simple golden bands.
Weller has no interest with any of this loot, so y'all feel free.
Dusk doesn't really either. He's just happy to participate.
Right.
What were they hoping to do with all this stuff? We're just gonna leave it here? Seems silly.
To, yes, have it in the other world.
But it's here.
It's superstition, religion. How do you explain it? It's beliefs.
It's a belief system, and where whatever you're wearing at the time when you're buried, that's what you carry into the afterlife.
Yeah.
They never buried our dead with much.
Seems funny. And putting them in all these fancy boxes. How are you supposed to grow anything out of them? Oh well. Does anybody want the fancy stick?
I'll take the wand.
Here you go.
Takes it from one guy.
And the bracelets?
Spiderbait's just in the back holding his hand up.
Give him the spider bait.
All right.
Oh, cool.
My Casmus takes them and just throws them to.
And he just like kind of like puts one on his foot immediately, trying to like make it go up to his ankle.
Consider that your bonus in advance.
Okay, that's pretty neat. And he's just like,
well,
straining to put it on his foot.
Did we toss them both, or just one of them? Oh, sorry, Jim. You're
good.
Casmus tossed both of them to him. As he starts like putting out some grease and lubing up his foot to help it slide on the bangles.
These are details we don't need.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Thanks, guys. Really make me feel like part of the team.
Will we go check that double door?
Might as well.
Spencer spelled E-R. O-R is a person, right?
C-N-S-E-R, yeah.
Okay.
But going to this door, you know how to open this one.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and open it.
I opened it last time with ease. It opens up.
Now, because these are solid stone doors.
Solid stone
still,
doors,
right?
yeah. It just kind of slides out a little bit, kind of turning.
I suggest we check for traps. I don't remember if we did it the first time on the second door.
I think we did.
Does seem like a portcullis, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Can I inspect this area of this little hallway and the other door?
Yeah, give me a little investigation check. Glance around, checking for traps and things of that nature.
Nice.
18. Yeah, it looks
Alcohol
good.
rolls.
Yeah, looks good. Nothing could hurt you here.
Alright. I'll look back to the group, tell them that it looks pretty safe. I'm gonna attempt to open this other door.
All right.
Go up and try to open the other door.
It opens just as easy. As you open the door, looks like stone blocks kind of staying against the eastern and western walls, carved with little niches. Inside looks to rest a dozen clay canopic jars. In the middle of the room rests a wide stone sarcophagus atop a black marble bier. Lid looks to be inlaid with dust-covered mosaics depicting great floating cities high above a beautiful landscape. And I'll delete that.
What do you see down there?
Looks like another sarcophagus, but it's black. There's more paintings and depictions of floating cities.
Beautiful
Yeah.
places.
I feel like it might be another trap. Maybe another wraith. I don't know. I kind of got like. We want to see if we want to open. Do we want to open it?
How are the jars laid out in this room, did you say?
There's 12 of them in little kind of niches throughout the room. Like,
Okay.
I'd say like 4 on this wall, 4 on this wall, and 4 on this wall.
That's my like looking them. My head is my eye in. See if there's anything in any of them.
Looks like they're full of ashes. You pick one up and pop the lid. Stinky ashes.
Yeah.
Yuck. I don't even know if I can smell.
Yeah, why not?
Oh.
But you guys are in this room.
I'd like to,
Leave the room.
with with guidance, without touching this sarcophagus, just inspect kind of around it.
Yeah, give me a investigation check. Another natural 20. For a total of 20. As you're inspecting, you would notice odd markings on the lid. Like arcane, but appear to have been faded through time.
I'll ask to the group, can anyone read these markings here?
I can try, I guess.
And actually, with a 20 investigation, Malakar, you would see that there are scratch marks through all of them.
Through all
of the markings.
Okay.
I wondered if the scratches that we saw earlier. Sorry, Malakar.
Similar, yeah.
Fine.
Would we be able to even try to just see like what kind of, if any, magical. I gotta put it, like not necessarily read it, but if it's a
Yeah, like
curse
try
or
and
something.
give me an Arcana check, trying to figure out what these sigil, what they mean. With an 18, unsure what the sigils actually mean, but they do kind of look like they would hold some sort of spell power to them. But a second but, it seems like they've been scratched out and rendered inert.
I'm gonna
I
ask
would
Dawn
say
at
that to
this
the
point
group.
if she knows what any of this means.
Oh, it looks like it was some warding. I'm unsure.
Warding for what?
I am not proficient in the arcane myself, but probably from grave robbers.
Like us.
And I'll let the group know that Dawn said that she thinks it's some kind of warding against possibly grave robbers.
Yeah, I guess I'm still. Yeah, but it seems like if it's scratched like that, it is rendered useless. So do we want to pop open the sarcophagus? Pop it open?
Listen. We found a lightsaber in a hidden tomb that was covered with a sarcophagus that we had to move out of the way on rollers and take a rope down to find. We are met with a room with a fancy, ornate sarcophagus. Do we really want to go poking around in here?
What if it has two lightsabers?
There's literally glyphs to potentially like ward people off. So there has to be something in there.
Also, you said, Steven, you said it was black, right? I mean, it's black on screen.
Yeah. It is on an onyx kind of dais almost, but yeah.
So I know it may be a stretch, but just using powers of deduction, the sword we found is a sigil of light, right? Brightness, and this is darkness. It just seems like everything is suggesting that we don't mess with this thing. The scratch marks that we still haven't found what caused them.
What's the fun in that, though?
I mean, I'm on the outside. I can quickly shut both these doors if need be.
Just yelling across the room.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even notice you weren't in the room.
He thought.
This will be Out of the Abyss version 2.0, The Adventures of Weller and Spiderbait. Okay. What's going on here?
Okay, so do we have a coin?
I noticed the cat-like reflexes.
Are we flipping it to see if we're gonna do it?
Closer to the door.
That's what I would say. Do we have a coin?
I mean, yeah, we have lots of them.
And let's flip it, I guess.
Actually, Weller has the coin. Call it Well. Flip the coin into the room. We'll call it in the air.
Flip the coin into the room.
Roll,
All right. So
are you gonna go with whatever it lands on as Weller flips it into the room?
Yeah, what is open versus not open?
odds or evens.
Yeah, so on a 1 open, tail on a 2, keep it closed.
I guess, yeah.
Let's roll me a 1d2. Weller.
Asuka's just completely amused at all this.
Spider betas too. Sounds like close.
All right. Well, the Gwen's boat. Let's just leave that thing alone.
Spider Bear will just say, "Oh, that was suspenseful. Yeah, but anticlimactic."
All right, if we're not going to open this one, I want to take another crack at the one we didn't open in the other room.
I'm gonna say the DC is gonna be 5 higher than it was previously, because you guys did roll
Hey.
3 times on it. One of you guys with advantage.
Oh yeah, we did, didn't we?
Yeah, I don't think we'll be able to open that
it's-
one.
I don't know if you can roll high enough or not.
Never mind. All right.
All right, let's get out of here.
Is there anything on the walls? Can I take a look at the walls just to see if there's any other kind of like
There's a strange text above the sarcophagus that says "Do not open."
Looking at the walls, there's those little
so help me.
little niches that have like the little canopic jars within them. It would have this kind of like loosey-goosey kind of wavy pattern along the walls as well.
See,
Okay.
But nothing of note.
All right. Let's roll.
All right, let's get out of here. And
Yeah.
back en route to Sloopy Doop.
Alright. As you guys make your way back up with your findings of treasure within some of these sarcophagus, that'll be where we'll take our little 5-10 minute break and pick up here in 5 or 10 minutes.
That checks
All right.
out. Math checks out.
see you all shortly.
Resume our journey. Alright, so we'll see you guys here in a bit.
We'll be right back.
Be right back. Yeah, welcome back, folks. Last we left off, we're doing some tomb robbing, for lack of a better word, as they found some treasure and a possibly bad sarcophagus that they left unexplored. But getting back to the main group, and Spiderbait will start leading you guys back to on the webbings areas.
I suppose we'd make sure to take the rod.
Fair enough. I was gonna assume, but yeah, you guys were safe there. You definitely got your immovable rod back as you head back out onto the web paths, the silken paths as they were. Are you guys happy with your marching order?
I'm good with mine.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fungi keeping on the back of Dusk there, because it unless you're using some sort of light, like if Malachar, do you want to have your sword out the entire time?
Oh, sure, that's right. The light. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I can use my sword.
Do we want
not
to
while we're
put
on
up a bright light while we're
spider Maybe once we get off of them.
It's your call. Spiderbait would advise against it, but
All right. Then I'll sheath it.
all right. It's less of a sheath, more of like just like a lightsaber.
Power it down.
Yeah. But as you're going on your way, there's not really much mapping, scouting, navigating, foraging, that kind of stuff while you're on here. But since Dusk, you are in head of the troop, go ahead and give me a D6 roll.
I want to say this is not my fault.
There's no getting away from that. It is your
All
fault.
right. As you start making your way, Spiderbait will tell you, like, I think we're getting close, guys. Shouldn't be but a couple more hours now, and we'll make it there. And you'll see, it'll all be great. But as you're making your way, and he says that, you would start to notice a lot of the webbing that you're coming across seems to be wet with this like greenish liquid, almost like jelly. Makes it a little easier to traverse, but it is a little slick.
I take a kind of closer look at a nature check with guidance to see if I can identify with stuff.
Yeah, you can give me a nature check. I'll allow it. You'll find out something from it, maybe.
Oh, big one. Okay. I can roll the d4 for guidance too.
Sure.
Oh, so big
You're,
ol'
you're,
five.
you're not sure what that is. Doesn't look natural. If it is, it has nothing to do with plants. You're not sure.
Does it appear to be
Try to-
dripping from the ceiling?
You don't see a ceiling.
Uh,
As
Try to
the
keep
webs
an
are
eye
above you
out.
as well. Sorry.
I'm gonna kind of be extra alert for some sort of ambush or unpleasant thing.
Give me a perception check.
Jeez.
The 12. You don't see anything in the immediate area, but keeping an eye out as you continue the path, Spiderbait will kind of try to show you how to slide, because it's essentially similar to the goo that he puts on his feet. It's not quite grease, but it definitely allows for a slicker transition, as he kind of like just, you know, web surfing as one goblin does. And if
Can Weller take a look at this, see if I have any familiarity with it from being down here?
I You can give me a history check.
Okay. Figured we might as well. Let me
Yeah,
see.
I'll
Normal.
allow it. Nah, you never seen anything like this before. Usually webs
All right.
indicate spiders, which is obvious, but slick webs,
Green spiders.
yeah, it's weird. And it's just a thin kind of film over top of it. After you kind of pass by it, it kind of wipes off, but it's just like a residue almost. And it's not like it's not like a trail or anything. It's like spots here and there that just kind of like look greased. But as you're no, Roll20 does not have a dice jail. But as you're continuing on, Dust kind of trying to keep a keen eye out. I will say, since you restarted your PC, your numbers have been showing up correctly.
Yeah.
Terrible, but they've been showing up correctly.
They've been showing up correctly. But as you're continuing onward, within like 15 or 20 or so minutes, you would start to see little patches of what look like globules of this greenish brown substance, like large droplets of water almost.
Spider bait. Have you come across this before?
I don't know. That's new.
I don't like new. Not down here. Fungi, does this look like anything you're familiar with?
I don't think I've ever seen anything like this goop or anything come across.
Let's proceed with caution.
They would be radiating
Agreed.
faint bits of light as well. These globules of this greenish and slight orangish ichor.
How about Shushar? Shushar know anything about this?
I have never seen anything like this before. It is
How about
disturbing
stool?
indeed.
Let's just check in on stool.
Oh, but you haven't asked me about anything in a while, so, I don't know. It looks like it should be sticky, but it's slit.
Does that mean anything to you?
No. I'm just a baby.
All right.
I want
Maybe
to
we should
You doing okay?
No.
Oh, because you want to go home.
Well, there's no ground, and I don't like being on webs.
That's fair.
Toby's
That's fair.
carrying me, though, so it's okay.
Fair enough.
is there a way to go around this stuff? I think maybe we shouldn't get too close.
I mean, we might lose some time. Probably a lot. This is the quickest way to get there. It'll be fine. We just avoid those big bulby things.
Yeah.
Shall we keep going?
I guess we should. I
Spider
really
bait.
don't.
How much longer?
Oh, maybe an hour or two.
And if we were to divert to avoid these, how much time would it add?
I don't know how much it's covering. I can only see so far. He tries to like peer out into the darkness. It's dark out there.
I think our best bet is just to go through and be careful.
I at least agree with our Tabaxi friend that we should be on alert and prepared.
Definitely.
Or we should try moving a little stealthily through the area.
Might behoove us.
Fair enough. As you all
If we've only got an hour left, yeah, maybe we go a little bit slower.
Okay. Turn it into
Stealth.
2 hours. So yeah, everyone give me a stealth check for this next part of your journey. Going for a group check, so pretty good so far.
God, that heavy armor hurts my inner rogue heart.
Mm-hmm.
when I
Yes,
see
but
that.
you're the ones with heavy armor probably roll really good.
Mm-hmm. But, continuing on the path, or rather the web, as you're attempting to be sneaky, Spider-Bait will kind of slow down with his fast sliding to keep up with, or well, so you guys can keep up with him. More and more of these globules seem to pop up here and there, almost pulsating, and as they do, like, drips would drip down. And then you were looking up previously for the ceiling. There you would notice some drippings coming from above now as well. See them from below. Those of you with extreme dark vision can see a great deal. About 30 minutes more of your travel. You would notice in the faint bit of light figures moving through this area. Humanoid figures. I'd say it looks like they are headed towards you.
Still on the webs?
Yeah.
And do they look like they're moving with ease?
As easy as you guys are.
Okay.
Can we tell how far back?
They're ahead of you, actually. They're kind of like diagonal. It's hard to tell with the webs. Maybe like a little bit down, and to your left. I would say maybe about 120 or so feet away.
Okay.
Shall we stop and prepare to defend ourselves or keep pushing forward?
Are we able to maybe try to see their intention? Do they seem like?
Give me a perception check, Casmus. It's hard to make out faces from this distance, but with a 19, you can see that there are 4 figures. 2 of them hulking Quaggoths, which is what Prince Darendil was. And the other 2 seem to be drow.
He would say that to the group.
That's like.
So yeah, 2 Quaggoth and 2 drow down there.
Show no mercy to the drow. Oh, sorry.
But they probably don't know we're here yet. So we could use that to our advantage, push them off the thing, or we could keep going and ignore them.
Do Dusk's comment, Weatherwood nod in agreement, sort of agreement, and say, "While I don't seek to kill my brethren, I will give them no quarter as they would not give us."
As quite a number of you guys are still manacled and have collars on.
Yeah.
So what do you guys do?
I mean, they're almost certainly tracking us. Is there any way that we can try to ambush them? But I mean,
It seems like
I
they're
don't
walking
know.
towards you guys.
They're almost certainly tracking us coming from.
If they're drow, we see them. If I see them, they can see us.
There are
definitely.
little faint bits of light throughout the area as well.
Definitely, if we can see them, they can see us.
Then prepare for conflict.
Unless there's a way we could sabotage the webs between them and us.
You could probably.
Well, I could always throw fireballs at them again, little fires at them again. Maybe it might take out the web beneath, but we'll
What
do
do-
so
what do
many
you
before
think,
they
Spider-Bait?
catch on.
I usually just walk away, but I'm usually quicker than everyone. Everyone's the same speed now, so not quite as quick, I guess.
All right. Do you see any ground that'll give us some advantage?
Well, there's no ground. We're not there yet.
Or any
How long?
point on the web that might give us a high point or something that's defensible at the very least?
It's all webs.
Would these globules that we've been seeing give us any advantage to our speed? You said they looked like, I know they're not the oil that Spider-Bait has doused himself in, but could we be faster if we use them to our advantage to try to escape?
Maybe. I don't know what they are. Because you guys haven't actually inspected any of the globules.
You want to try it?
I say we do it now, or
Because
Let's do
they're,
it.
they're like
Webs.
90 feet away, like walking pretty briskly towards you.
Let's do it right now.
Do
Fun
what?
guy, I would ready the fireballs, and let's go ahead and take a look at the globules. With the plan of getting away if we can, and if not, burning the webs.
So give me an investigation on one of these globules.
Highest you've rolled in a while.
It seems like they are dripping with this slippery substance. A voice will call out as you're inspecting one of these. Ah, well, well. What do we have here, eh? As you would see the two drow standing behind the two larger Quagoths. One of the drow kind of hand on a sword at his hip. The other kind of got a sack slung over his shoulder. I don't know. What do we have here? What are you all mucking about with?
Who doesn't have a medical monster?
No one.
Oh, I
Yeah.
don't.
Malakar and Fungi
I
are
don't
the only
either.
ones that don't have manacles.
Well,
Uh,
I guess I'm going to.
Who are you on the run from?
We're not running. We're just traveling.
Weller would whisper to Malakar, he doesn't have manacles, right?
Right.
No, I don't.
I would lean in and whisper and say, there was a prison break and you have recovered us. You're on your way to look for more. And Weller would kind of fall in line behind Malakar, assuming a role as a prisoner.
Gasmus, seeing that, would just get right behind, understanding what he's trying to do.
There was a prison break, and this is what I've rounded up so far, and I'm looking for more.
Oh yeah, we heard about that. Down in Velkenveld, right? Give me a deception check there, Malakar. I'll give you advantage since everyone's kind of getting in line behind Malakar. Spider-Bait doesn't know what's going on. Nat 20. All right. So you gotta find her name. Are you working for Elvira? Or are you hired by Asher?
Tell them we were hired by Asha. She tasked you with this specifically.
We were hired by Asha. She
What?
tasked me with this specifically.
Weller, give me a sleight of hand check. Or a stealth check, your call. No, it won't be heavy. I won't take the disadvantage for heavy armor.
Yeah, I think they're the same. So, you know what? Let's try it. Let's try it.
All right. Ah. Just an attendant, eh? Probably not getting paid very much, am I right?
Pays okay.
An odd lot you got here. What were they doing down there in Velkenvelf? Ways away. Got pretty far.
Not sure what they were doing down there. I was just told to find them and round them up.
I didn't think they were hiring tieflings. Don't see why not, I guess. You looking to buy
Work.
anything? Couple of traders here. Got some goods if you're wanting to buy. Or trade. Or sell. Yeah. Got a few Electrum to spare.
What have you got?
Yeah, a bit of food. Some salt. Roll me a D20, Malakar. Oh no, your dice is messed up. It says 18,
Yeah,
but then you roll
I see it
3.
18.
I saw 3 on mine. Yeah, that was weird.
I nicked a couple of potions from those Dwerga. Won't be seeing them anytime soon. What are you in the mood for? You got enough muscle there? There's that mushroom guy helping you. And the goblin. It's quite interesting. You handle them all by yourself.
Yeah, we can handle ourselves pretty well.
You got a couple doses of poison if you want.
Said poison?
Yeah. A couple of doses of poison. Hey, Launch, we got... How many potions we got? He just holds up 2. We got 2 potions if you like. Fair trade, I mean.
Yeah, how much for those and some of the food?
How many rations we got? We've only got 6 rations. Plenty enough for you and your couple of comrades. Slaves don't need to eat for a while, so push comes to shove, just eat one of them, right? I'm just joking, but don't eat one of them. They'll probably poison you.
Yeah, that probably wouldn't be good eating.
But yeah, we got 6 rations, 2 potions, and a couple of extra doses of the fantastic sleep poison in case these guys try to get away.
So, how much for all of that?
Oh, all of it. Well, 6 rations would charge you 20 Electrum. Unless you got gold. Be 10 gold. Potions will run you 60 gold each. Poison's gonna run you 60 each as well.
What is that total up to? Sorry.
250.
No.
Ching ching.
What about this here? And I point to my back.
Oh, where'd you get that at?
Found it along the way. Found some of them hiding in a tomb.
Yeah, have one of your servants take it off. We'll take gander at it. Why not?
Just kind of elbow Weller, have him take it off of me and carry it over.
While Weller is taking it off of him, he would whisper, "Perhaps we wrap this up." And would oblige in whatever Malakar's directions are. I would also say make it convincing.
Fair enough. Unraveling this plaque, essentially. Well, that's a mighty good find. Sure, we can work it into something better. Looks too old and, dare I say, human. Don't know what it'd be doing down here. Yeah, that's a fair trade.
All right, then we'll make the trade and then we'll be off.
Hey, Gus, grab that. And one of the Quagos will relieve Weller of the gold plate. And the drow will kind of approach your group, eyeing each of you individually. And then kind of hand out the 2 potions of healing and 2 vials of drow sleep poison and 6 rations.
All right, well, we better be on our way. We've got more of these guys to try and find.
All right, yeah, didn't mean to keep you. I know the Vandries. Well, you should know.
They don't like to wait.
They don't like a lot of things. I do hear that Shaw's coming up in the ranks. It's good on him. But we won't keep you long. Carry on your way. This greasy stuff sure makes for an easy time getting around, eh?
Yeah, it does.
Don't have any spiders to help us travel the webs, but we get by just fine. Well, take it easy and don't fall in any spider pits.
You do the same.
Gives one last, glare towards your troop. And they start heading the other direction.
As soon as they're far enough. That was one hell of a close one.
You did well, Malakar.
I was just looking at Weller. I was like, thanks.
You did well.
And you would see in the distance as they're traveling, there's actually 4 other figures that were in the shadows beyond them.
God damn.
I'm sorry, 5 other figures.
Oh, Jesus.
Spiderbait, perhaps we
Yeah.
take into account what they said. Let's all use these globules and return to our normal pace, if not faster. I feel the sooner we're in Sloopadoop, the better.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Most
Or I guess the Dark
most
Lake,
trout
we're
just
going to the
beat
Dark
me up
Lake
and
first.
take my stuff.
Yeah, well,
That went pretty
It's
good.
cool, I guess.
yes,
Definitely could have gone a lot worse.
Malachar did well. Now let's move.
Continuing on the journey. You guys trying to expedite the process?
I would definitely try out the globules. I'd see if it would speed us up.
As you
Yeah.
kind of go to like grab one of these globules, it explodes immediately, and you are covered in this greasy substance.
Too sexy for my shirt. Too sexy for my shirt.
As your muscles are definitely glistening.
And my mustache?
Absolutely. However,
Hell yeah.
you guys also haven't bathed in a long time, so grease and dirt don't. It's that weird.
I'm not as sexy as I thought I was.
It doesn't feel sexy. It, you know. But you are all greasy. There's definitely.
Man, I'm just trying to move quick. I'm trying to be hot.
Fair enough. There's definitely plenty of these globules for you guys to kind of touch one, and they just explode as you touch them, essentially. As you guys trying to move at a fast pace.
As fast as we can, I guess.
All right. I will need everyone to give me an acrobatics check.
Oh, God.
A group acrobatics to see, as Spiderbait will give the lowest of you guys advantage, trying to assist you guys. So Rincewind, you can re-roll that nat one. Okay.
And no one's
Thank
dice is
goodness
right
that's 2
anymore.
nat ones in a row.
So with that is 3 and 3. Give you the benefit of the doubt. Since Spiderbait is kind of assisting you guys, Turvy seems to be getting the hang of it pretty well. Shushar knows a thing or two about sliding into water and stuff. Boopado's probably not having the best time with this, but probably mumbling to himself about, like, probably should have just killed them all. But quickening the pace, you guys do arrive well ahead of schedule at the what looks to be a ledge with an opening, a wide opening. It seems to be kind of bluish purple and brown colored stone, kind of marbled in. A little bit of lights coming from within as well. Well, that's the way to the lake, as far as I know. I've never been. Shushar will just kind of, I think I can smell it. It smells like home.
And lead the way.
Oh. Yes, I can certainly do that.
Spiderbait, thank you
Oh yeah,
for getting us through.
this was fun.
Apologize for Yuck, but thank you, yeah.
Oh, he was he's dead weight now. Just gives a light smile towards you all, eyes closed. Hey. Maybe I can help you find your way to your Poopadoop.
You want to leave the webs?
Well, I don't know. You guys went into that place that had the shiny stuff in it. That was pretty cool. And with Yuck gone, Maybe.
Shushar, how are goblins received in Sloopadoop?
Oh,
Or does it depend on the god of the day?
about as equally as drow or fungus people or whatever that is, and points to the cat person in the group.
Well,
I don't see why not.
we still have
know.
to pay the guy, right? We gave him a bonus with the bracelets. He might as well stick with us for the time being.
Oh yeah, I'll just do it for just if you come across more treasure, Spiderbait gets some, just a little bit, just fair share, because fair is fair. Share.
I guess. So, how far away from the lake you think, Shusha? If you take a guess.
Oh, I do not know a distance. I just know I can smell it. Smell the waters. Can't you? Yes.
If you had to take a guess, how long you think it probably would take?
If I had to take a guess?
Yes.
Oh, I am not a guessing man. I only know what the universe sends me. And it has not sent me that information.
How strong is the smell?
Basically.
It smells like fish. And it's like kind of looks
Shit.
longingly outward.
I mean, you smell like fish, so there you go. All right.
I do not smell as fish as I used to smell. I have not been in the lake since, well, a time. You were
Yeah,
there.
but you haven't washed like us for quite a long time.
So on the scale of 10 minutes to 10 hours, how fishy does the air smell?
Oh.
If you had to make an estimate.
It doesn't smell like we're 10 minutes away.
Do you think we're going to make it before we need a rest?
Spiderbait will say, from what Yuk Yuk said, I think it's a few days away.
Okay.
Well, let's go.
That would be accurate.
How long had we been on? I mean, it was about 4 hours since we took our rest when we fought the...
It's been about around hour 7 essentially of like, and you messed around in the tomb for a while, so we could say like 8 hours.
Okay. So we can probably go for a couple hours more, maybe, before we start getting too tired. Let's...
Yeah.
Well, we should start looking for a suitable place.
Yeah.
Where
to set up camp.
Not in the middle of the cavern, but yeah.
So 2 more days of this hell. Shall we find civilization?
Oh, I would not call it civilization. I would call it Sloopadoop.
I mean, you understand what I mean.
A semblance of what you probably think civilization is. But they can learn.
Okay, well, lead the way, I guess. I mean...
Oh, of course. I would be happy to. Follow your nose. If you have one. Kind of looks around to make sure everyone has a nose.
Very funny fucker. Let's go.
And then realizing quickly that Rincewind doesn't have much of one. Oh, apologies, I did not mean to offend you.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, follow me. And Spiderbag, I don't know where we're going, so I'm gonna hang out in the back. As he very much will. Spiderbait marches onward as best as he can through this darkened cave. Are you traveling with light now that you are within a cave and no longer on the silken paths? It's up to Fungi and Malachar.
fine either way. You want to pull out the sword?
I mean, I can light the
Lead
way
on
with the
that
sword.
with that.
Fair enough. Lighting the sword, creating good enough light for everyone. And you can actually increase the amount of light you give off if you want. Otherwise,
Okay.
it's standard, I think, 20/20. But you can make it dimmer and lighter up to, I think, 50 or 40 feet each. 40 foot bright, 40 foot dim. But continuing through this tunnel, you would start to see this little bit of light throughout. Not a ton, but a little bit. And the light is actually emanating from what look to be almost kind of looks like headstones or marker stones that have this kind of magical lit bluish circle in the center, like, of each of them, almost like little lanterns, just giving off very faint light, almost like it's marking the path. But this tunnel continues on for a couple of hours, actually a few hours, as you guys start to feel like that need for rest. You would notice occasionally these kind of ledges, like that kind of, like, it's not a perfectly round tunnel. It does have, crevices. You don't see any external caves, but you do see, like I said, crevices and such, or ledges to kind of overlook certain areas.
Shall we stop at the next seemingly suitable ledge?
Yeah.
Yeah, if we could find one that's advantageous.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'd say you can easily find a ledge to sit down on. There's that dim light kind of in different spaces. But most of the ledges are out of the light, so kind of feel like it could be suitable there. And you guys can start to try to bed down for a rest.
Set the same watches.
Yeah, sure.
Where were we? Anybody want to switch it around? Pardon me.
Well, I think I have said. If I switch around and I'll take first and second, probably makes more sense for me to take a block in the beginning
Instead of splitting
to
it
the middle, at the end. Yeah.
Absolutely can. Leaving Weller with Bupido alone.
No, I'll take.
Well, somebody want to go from first to third?
I'll take the third. And
Do you guys not trust me with him, or do you not
No.
trust him with me?
I just don't trust him with you.
All right, I thank you for
I wasn't
that.
even so much trust. Didn't want.
I mean,
for your own mental health.
No,
not
yeah,
have to
thank
be
you.
for yourself. And now the first watch is pretty loaded, so I would figure if anybody wanted to else move off of it to one of the other slots.
Yeah, somebody needs to go to fourth, probably.
Yeah, I can go to fourth watch.
All right.
I don't know if Stool's doing a lot of heavy lifting on first watch.
Yeah,
but-
he's just there.
Somebody talk to the poor guy. I feel so bad. for him.
I'm just going to talk mushroomy stuff with him.
Yeah.
There you go. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
there you go.
Is Weller taking 2 watches?
He's a
Yeah,
he's a drow.
'cause I'm a drow.
So taking your watches. Tell you what. Rincewind, roll me a d20.
Oh, before we start, I'm going to give my. Or do we? I assume we turned off our lights. Or
I would also assume that. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm going to use up some spell slots quickly before everybody turns in, and one, give myself dark vision through my watch,
Okay.
and I'm going to again give out a double dose of good berry to people to last for the next day. So that
So everyone has
well,
2 good
20
berries.
good mushrooms to pass out to however many people there are.
All the other ones are bad now, right?
Yeah, they
If
only
we
last
had
24 hours.
As there are 10 of you again, so everyone gets 2.
There you go.
Have them until your next long rest. Fair enough. As you start to bed down for the evening, taking first watch, you guys up with Spiderbait and Stool. Is there anything you'd like to do or discuss on your first watch?
No, I'm just going to be sitting more cheerfully than I have the other nights. No, nobody's dead this time. I'm sitting with a dopey smile as I look out into the darkness that I can now see.
Stool will kind of release his spores a little bit, spreading out to each of you, including Spiderbait and Dusk. But kind of semblance of a face, looking to Fungi. So what are you?
What do you mean, friend?
Well, I can't
just
put my
fungi.
finger on it.
That's because you don't have fingers.
Well, my mind finger.
Oh,
My foot? Root?
well, I'm just a mushroom like you are, right?
You're not. Your spores are different.
I'm a little taller.
No, but your spores are different.
I don't know. I'm just fungi. Because I'm a fun guy. That's what all my friends said.
Who are your friends?
Oh, there's George and Carol and Steve and Bill and Nancy. And I'm just going to keep listing names. And Hank and oh, there's Steve too, and Billy and Alan.
How do you know
And
all of them?
well, I live with them too. I talk with they're more mushroom guys. They look more like you than they do like me, but you know, that's all my friends there. After you guys met me.
Oh. So is it like the
You
Neverlight
guys gonna
Grove?
I know I've heard of you guys, but I've never been there. But yeah, I think we've got to be similar, right?
Maybe.
You telling me there's nobody tall like me there?
No, there's much taller than you.
Oh, good.
But what? But you have face and stuff like they do. Kind of points to Spiderbait.
Yeah, I'm a little different like that, but my friends just say that makes me special.
Most people that die, if they were in the grove, we could bring them back, but different. But not like you're different.
Who died?
Oh, lots of people.
Oh,
All the time. That just helps the stuff grow.
that's what I figured. With all the people in those boxes before, nothing can grow in them.
Boxes.
Yeah, when we were back in the what they call it, a tomb. All those bodies that were in there. They had all their fancy stuff. That was silly.
Or they could have been
You should
yours.
just put it out there and you put it out so all the mushrooms can grow.
Well, or you make them do stuff.
Make them do stuff.
Yeah. Like, go get you things and, you know, protect the mushrooms. And, yeah.
I don't know if I'm very good at bossing people around.
Oh,
I just like to help.
it's pretty easy. That's what I was told.
You've been bossing people around?
Oh, I don't boss anyone around. I'm just I'm
Okay.
just a little guy. Derby listens to me though. And he'll try to continue to pick your brain about what you are and why you are, and it doesn't make sense to him because you're you're a mushroom person. He knows people. He knows mushrooms. And usually, when the two interact, the people die and come back as servants. But
Well, that just sounds horrible.
no, it's real fun. They're okay.
Oh, okay then. They're okay.
Yeah, they're dead. They don't know.
I guess how would somebody know if they were dead?
Well, that's why I want to get back home. If I die, I won't be part of the group anymore. And I'll be gone. But if I'm home, then it's all the same.
Well, we'll try and keep you from dying, buddy.
Okay. I just want to go home.
Yeah. We'll get all you guys home. Then I can go home.
Spider-Bait will kind of chime in at that. I don't have a home.
You want to come stay at the mushrooms?
Maybe.
Okay.
They taste good.
Well, we don't want to.
Oh, don't eat us. Oh. Why not? 'Cause I don't want you to.
You can eat the ones I gave you.
Yeah. Okay.
But I don't think we should eat my friend here.
Oh, I would taste bad. Probably. Oh,
I don't know with the proper seasonings.
Yeah, you just need some mayonnaise. Okay. I'm gonna go to sleep now.
Okay, friend.
Stool will kind of bow out of the conversation after talks of eating mushrooms. And your watch goes by uneventfully. Stool stay or not stool, almost called Fungi Stool. Fungi stays up with Weller and Shushar.
Hi, friends.
Shushar will just nod. Yes.
Fun guy, you seem to be in a better mood this evening.
Nobody got, dead today. That was nice.
Agreed. It was close.
Yeah, those were some weird things we saw earlier, but I'm glad we're all okay. I hope you guys like all your shiny stuff you got.
Well, I did not take any. I don't have any interest.
No, I never figured out what the point of all the shiny stuff was. Can't grow with it.
Shushar nods his head in agreement.
I understand the logic behind it, but it does me no good. I don't wish to stay here any longer than I must. I don't need to trade. I don't have any ambitions to, well, any ambitions that would intersect with money. I'm here for one reason, and then I wish to return topside.
Where are you going to go when you get to this top side?
I don't know.
What's it like up there?
Well, it's different. It's different than what we learned about down here. Although there are some similarities. My kind are persecuted a bit, looked at fearfully, but I don't blame them, as all of us ended up in prison together. There are drow raiding parties that go to the top to capture people and bring them back to the Underdark, and some of what they say of my kind is true, but I've also found that there are people that are accepting of those different than them. I've found towns that are beautiful and willing to include us as opposed to cast us out. It just seems much more accepting up there than it ever was down here.
Sounds friendly. Really excited to see about these towns and cities and this Sloopy-Doo place. Never seen any before.
Yes. I'm excited that we're off of those webs, and hopefully Shushar, and Weller motions over to Shushar, can guarantee us safe passage in Sloop-a-Doop so that we can find a bit of respite, maybe some friendly faces before our next leg of our adventure.
There are no guarantees in this life, but I will do my best to ensure that those in the company will. And he kind of like loses his train of thought for a moment. And then he kind of smiles. I think we're almost there. Not much
That's good.
further.
It's been a long journey, but everyone has handled themselves well. Weller will kind of nod to the group and wander off a bit to be alone.
And Shushar just kind of mentioned to, before Weller kind of wanders off, while I don't condone the violence, I do appreciate your appreciation for comrades.
He says that to Weller.
Yeah, as you're kind of like getting up to go.
I'd look back over my shoulder and say, well, I have a specific set of skills. No, I'm just joking. I have a special relationship with the violence, especially that born out of the Underdark. And while I don't wish it upon anyone or any of my kind, I also have things that are sacred to me that I'm willing to die to protect. And then he'll walk away.
Shushar just kind of nods and kind of goes into a meditative pose. I forgot to have you guys roll perception on the first watch. Fungi and Weller, give me a perception check. Fair enough. Fungi, you would notice Bupido kind of tossing and turning a good bit in his sleep.
I'll walk over to him and just kind of examine and listen and for at first, see if anything happens.
Give me a perception check to hear what he's saying in his sleep. Separate investigative perception. Maybe insight?
You know what? Hold on.
Yeah.
I want to be sure about this, and I have these to burn. So as I'm looking over him, I'm going to call on knowledge from the past to make throw a d6 in there.
Okay.
Roll it then. That's an extra 5.
Alright, with a 22. Kind of thinking about this, hearing him speak for a moment. You remember encountering dwarves and kind of trading with them at one point, but it's not you. It kind of is. It's this just flash of a memory that isn't yours? Question mark? And kind of understanding what Bupido is saying more fully, because he kind of switches his speech patterns in his sleep. Briefly, what if you just open up their stomachs and a spiral, and then you go down the spiral with the entrails. Yes. No, the other way. The blood too. Yeah. Yes. No, it'll be fine.
Fully having a very quizzical look on my face as I'm listening to him, and looking over to try and get Weller's attention and call him over to listen to this.
Does Weller come over to try to listen to Bupido?
Does Fungi, the Fungi, I'm assuming, like, makes some sort of gesture towards Bupido? Because Weller's very interested in Bupido.
I'm right over him. I'm using my arm to kind of like signal for him. I'm pointing down to him.
Oh yeah, for sure. No Weller comes over.
Yeah. And you get them there, and one by one, right out of the stomach. So much blood. It'll be good. It'll be great. They'll appreciate it. Everyone will have a good time. And they'll be dead. But it'll be fine. Not Bupido, though. Actually, he might say...
Ow!
Just gotta double check one thing. He wouldn't say not Bupido, though. Not Din Karazen. He'll be alive. We'll see it all. This bloody sacrifice will be well worth it. They'll see.
You have a very puzzled look. Do you know what he means?
No, but I intend to question him on our next watch.
You can give me a religion check on that, Weller.
as I'm furiously scribbling notes. Religion is gonna be there.
You know what? I would let Fun Guy roll too for that. You've been in the Underdark for a little bit. $18. So Din Karazhan. Or Dean Karazhan. Is the Darrow god of murder? Yep.
So, Sarah, well, that's. I've heard the other short guys that live around here talk about him. He's not nice. He hurts people for no reason.
For fun.
Funsies. Why would he want to do something for somebody like that?
Well, perhaps I'll question him on the next watch, and you and I can reconvene in the morning. I'll tell you if I've learned anything, but certainly these are disturbing mumbles of someone we already don't trust.
Is he done mumbling?
He's done mumbling. You got what you could. You got a lot.
We'll leave him and go continue the rest of the watch.
All right. Your watch goes by uneventfully as you wake up Bupido and Casmus. Bupido kind of stretches out, looks very well rested, as best he can be. Gives a big smile to Weller. Everything going good so far?
Yeah, everything's going great, Bupido.
All according to plan, right?
Well, according to whose plan?
That is the question.
Perhaps going to plan to, according to Dean Karazhan's plan?
Well, I mean, could hope, right? Couldn't hurt things.
Your god that murders for fun. His plan, we
He's
could
not
hope.
my god.
He's a Darrow god. Are you not Darrow?
And he'll kind of like lean in, looking up at Weller very staunchly as he kind of like seems to increase in height for a moment. Keep it down. You don't want the others to know. I am him.
Casmus is just gonna keep his distance, but he's gonna keep an eye out and an ear out. What's going on?
Oh, I'm gonna kill this guy so bad. All right, Weller puts his arm around Bupido and walks, but only a few feet away, knowingly in earshot of Casmus, kind of wanting a witness to whatever this conversation may be. But my intent is hopefully enough to give Bupido some comfort in unloading whatever he fucking has to say to me.
That's all he was gonna say.
Well, we'll find out.
But yeah, he'll kind of like buddy up with you. Yes, don't let the others know. Bad things could happen if they
Just
do.
listen. What do you mean that you are him?
I am. I'm Dean Karazin. Of course. Did you not see the signs earlier? I did it. I killed someone. Easily, too. It all makes sense now.
Boopido, we've killed a lot of people since we've been down here.
Oh, but I didn't even have to touch him. Her. It was her. It made me realize. For once, it's all making sense.
It's making sense, right? You are this Darrow god.
Do you keep it
You
down?
are Dean Karazin. No, it's just you and me. It's just you and me.
The carnage we are creating. Together, you are helping in it.
Yes.
All of the bodies in our wake so far are just creating a path for my people to follow. To glory. You don't understand. This is magnanimous.
You're right. I don't understand.
I wouldn't expect a mortal like you to understand.
Of course. Explain to me how I should believe that you are in fact this Darrow god and not just a Darrow that has been radiated to the point of insanity like most of your people are.
Well, see, that is a common misbelief among
It's not a
your
misbelief,
people.
Boopido. I'm from down here as well. I know what the Underdark
You
does
have been taught
to someone.
wrong. You've been taught the wrong truths. It is, how do you call it? Fake news. It is...
Oh, yeah. Trump won the election. Oh, no.
I can prove it to you quite quickly, but I think
Boopido
they
pulls out a plane ticket for January 6th.
Yeah. I could prove it to you, but I think they're still useful.
They, as in the rest of our party members.
Who else is here? You? I wouldn't be able to prove it to you if you were dead.
That's a fair point. What happens to them when they run out of their usefulness?
Oh. I don't think they will.
Where do I fit into your equation?
I still have to put the pieces together. I'll get back to you on that.
So just point towards Boopido, so Weller can see him, and you're just gonna do this, as if trying to tell him that we should just.
Is Casmus listening to this conversation?
Yeah,
because
he's staying a little
Boopido
bit.
Wouldn't be saying this in front of Casmus.
No, that's why we walked away slightly from
Casmus.
Casmus.
Roll me a stealth check then.
Okay.
And then a perception check. So he would be making sure that he sees you. Anytime you try to listen, he would take Weller further away, or he would stop talking. So Casmus would definitely not hear any of this. You might catch a word here or there, but They are talking very hushed.
Bupido, I'm just going to rattle some things off to you, and I want you to don't speak. Just take them in, and then give me an explanation. Okay? You can speak, but let me get through my list. Do you understand? Speaking now would be appropriate.
I understand so much more than you could ever imagine.
I believe you do. I believe you do. Should I still call you Bupido, or should I call you Dean
Yes,
Karazin?
you have to keep up
Okay.
your facade.
We have to keep up appearances.
For their
Good
sake, and for
time.
yours.
Good. Okay, listen. Good time. Get them there. So much blood. It'll be fine. Bloody sacrifice. Well worth it. He'll be there. What does all of that mean, Bupido?
A good time. That's what it sounds like. I think that was the first thing you said, yeah?
Bupido, what's your goal here? Here, I'll start it off right where this is a safe space. Drow and Darrow,
There are no safe spaces.
we can find common ground, surely.
We escaped together.
Agreed. We escaped together. We had the time with Asha. She wanted me to kill you. I didn't kill you then.
I know.
Right? Okay. So we have a bit of a repertoire established. My intentions are to get out of the Underdark. You would say your intentions as Bupido are...
Oh! As Bupido, my intentions would be to help get to Gracklestug, to get the manacles off, yes?
And your intentions as Dean Karazin would be...
Oh, you wouldn't understand my intentions there.
Yeah, okay. What awaits for us in Gracklestug if we were to follow you there?
What do you mean? The best smiths and all of the Underdark.
Mhm.
There is riches and glory there.
Mhm.
There's probably more than a few prisoners to free as well. And probably safe passage along the Dark Lake. Maybe even a way to get up from there. I do not know all of the inner workings of Gracklestug.
And what would it cost us?
The price.
The price.
I don't know what that would be until it happens. We worry too much about the future. We need to think about the now.
Oh, the now is burning a suggestion in the back of my mind, I can assure you.
Burning. Burning's not the right way to go about it. You have to arrange it in a more pleasant way.
Ceremonial.
One could say, yes.
Mhm.
If everything is in its right place, exactly right, then it will all work.
How many of us make it out of this alive? Not dying to the Underdark. Dying to your hand.
To my hand, I don't even have to touch people. You saw it.
That's not a number. That doesn't make me feel comfortable. I think Casmus is getting suspicious. Perhaps we wander back. Thank you for
Who's getting
sharing.
Suspicious. I will remember that.
Yeah, thank you for sharing.
Of course. Always happy to lend an ear. But remember, mum's the word.
Yes.
I know where you're sleeping.
I know where you sleep as well.
Or
And
do I?
and many more have died by my glaive that have died by your hands.
This is true. You're not wrong. In this form. But another time. We'll continue discussion later.
Right, one
Would-
step at a time.
Wouldn't want Casmus to get too suspicious. And goes and just stares off. Smiling.
I'll walk back to Casmus, and I'd like to make a stealth check.
Give me a stealth check.
Is
You feel
talking affected by heavy armor?
It is not, but I'm still going to take the 10. Because that's the first roll. Because that's what you would have rolled if you didn't have disadvantage clicked. Or didn't have the heavy armor on.
Okay.
You feel like
All
you're
right.
being sneaky.
I would say to Casmus, I guess the phrase circle the wagons wouldn't really have a meaning down here. We need to talk to the others in the morning, and then that would be it.
Casper's just gonna nod. And he's gonna slowly go to sleep.
Well, you guys still have to roll.
He's gonna go to
perception.
sleep. He's gonna go sleep on our
Yeah.
watch.
You still have to roll perception.
I mean,
for your watch.
after his watch, yeah.
I don't want to be on watch with this guy.
So both you guys give me perception checks.
Gotcha. We died at Bupido's hands. And we never saw it coming.
No, but as your watch is finishing up, you saw Bupido there a minute ago just staring off into nothingness, and now he's gone.
Hmm. As the watch switches over, do I remember Bupido to have invisibility? I know Jim Jar did.
You've seen Bupido cast one spell 2 times.
Yeah. That was fire, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Fun guy, and I overheard, and Shushar, but they're not. Okay. All right. As we go into fourth watch, I would. Shit, they've already slept. I would pull. Well, yeah, I'd pull all 3 of them aside because I trust Topsy.
Turvy.
God damn it, Turvy. I just need to write down Topsy and then put like DOA beside it. All right, I would trust all 3 of them. So I would kind of pull them aside and walk away from wherever I initially was, try to gain some distance, and would say, I need to talk to you in the morning. All I will say is there may be more threats to us within our own party as opposed to things that exist in the Underdark. So be wary.
That's what Malakar and Rincewind and Turvey would hear.
Malakar will just nod to him.
Turvey will like, there's threats everywhere. Not gonna bring back
Turvey
anyone
on
dead.
that one. All right. We'll tag you out. Thanks for the heads up.
And leaving Rincewind and Malakar on watch. If you two would like to discuss anything with Turvey, he's still kind of getting over the loss of his sister from 2 days ago. Or you guys just keep a keen eye out.
From what Weller said, I'm definitely trying to pay more attention to what's going on with the people within the camp as well as what's going on outside.
Yeah, give me a perception check. Rincewind as well. Okay. Keeping it quiet for the last watch as it seems to have tensed up a little bit. Goes by uneventfully. As you all finish your long rest at this kind of ledge. And as you are starting to get ready for the morning, putting your armor on and having this conversation, whatever conversation Weller wants to have with everyone, that'll be where we'll end tonight. As you guys do get your long rest in, and we'll pick up there.
Our hit point maximums
Your hit
now
point
unfucked.
maximum is unfucked. You have your 19 hit points back,
Jesus Christ.
as it was most of his hit points.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll see how this develops next time. Are Out of the Abyss. And thanks for joining Twitch, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, Twitch.
Buenas noches.
Bye.
Bye.